Hi, thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to explore some of what Des Moines has to offer, and today we are going to look at Mainframes art studios. And it's about, I think, 4 or 5 levels of art studios that artists can rent out and just have their studio here, and then the public, people like me, can come and look around, look at their art. I think they sell art here. If you've ever been to the hot shops in like Omaha, Nebraska, I think it's like this. This is my first time being here. I'm excited to see what they have to offer. Sometimes they offer like classes and workshops the different artists do. They also host events here. You can do like wedding events or meetings or just fun little parties. And it's pretty hard to miss this building. It's located downtown somewhere. I'm not sure what street I'm on. It's pretty hard to miss. I'll show you the building. is like a little registration system, so it goes in the same place almost every time. Well, that was fun. A lot of the artists weren't there, but I did get to see some cool art, and I got to talk with a couple people, a couple artists. But if you want to come visit and you want the artist to be here, every first Friday of the month, they have a thing called First Fridays, which all the artists are supposed to be here, so you can visit and talk with them. Really cool place. I got a lot of business cards, so I can look them up on Instagram. You know how it is. I think I'm gonna go get some lunch, and then I'm gonna get groceries, but before I leave you, I want to show you some of the art that I'm working on. Yay, I made it home. Lots of cool stuff. I highly recommend visiting Mainframes, but I want to show you some projects that I'm working on, because if you're here, I'm assuming you like art, so you're gonna see some of my art. Put you on my tripod. First project that I'm working on is kind of a big one. I'm writing and illustrating a children's book. So it's going to feature 10 different animals from Costa Rica, and it's just kind of like a factual educational book for children and adults, you know. So I'll show you some of the spreads I've done. I've done 5 out of the 10 animals, and I'm just starting to work on animal number 6. So I paint the image in watercolor on paper, and then I scan it so then I can upload it to Procreate, which is a digital art program, and then I can edit the colors and everything, and then arrange my page layouts and add the text on there, and then I send it to someone else to print for me. Quick little run through here, and we got a sloth moth, flower I can't remember the name of right now, a leaf cutter ant, I want to say heliconia, Cecropia leaf, a papaya, small leaves, a green iguana. I know it's not green, but that's why we have the book, right? Bromeliad, blue jean frog, Aracari toucan, green iguana. Now they're getting bigger. Blue jean frog, sloth, black mandible toucan. Got more leaf cutter ants. Another two-toed sloth. The big leaf cutter ant picture. I like that one. And yellow-chested toucan. Kill Bill toucan. So that's my first project to show you. If you want more information about my children's book or like illustrating or any of that stuff, let me know and I can make a video for you. In case you didn't know, I actually have 2 self-published children's books. Tiny White Bats, written and illustrated by me because I went to college for art and English, so I gotta use both of those, you know. Here's the first page. It's educational about bats, and then there's just like a little introduction and conclusion talking about like bat importance in the environment and how all animals benefit from each other and matter. So I'm giving a little voice to creatures that are kind of misunderstood there. In the very first book that I self-published, I made this junior year of college. The bat one was my senior exhibition in college. This first one is called A Very Bored Bear. This I made in an independent study while I was in college. And so this is just like really elementary, beginner level. So if you're interested, I can put the link in the bio. Children's books are kind of my thing. My second project, I have a lot of, I don't know what a lot is. I have about 4 or 5 art markets this summer season. And so the first one is King's Day in Pella. And King's Day is a Dutch holiday and they celebrate the king, I think. It's the weekend before tulip time. I went to college in Pella for 4 years and the April-May months were crazy. Anyways, my first market is in Pella, and so I wanted to create paintings that captured Pella's beauty. I have 4 canvas paintings that are like my big price items, and so I have 1 more left. That's what I'm working on right now. And I have a bunch of like smaller priced items. I'm not sure this is a good audience for more high priced items, so I have a lot of lower priced items, which I can show you here in a second. Okay, I'll start lowest price to highest price, okay? I sell stickers, as most artists do, and this is one of my sticker designs. Little tulips. Not a very popular design. I haven't sold a lot of them, but they're kind of cute. And they go with this postcard I designed. I only have 6 left of these because last season around tulip time I sold a handful of these to a bookstore in Pella that's no longer there, but they did really good there, so I'm hoping I can sell the last 6 of these here at King's Day. And then look at how cute that is. They go together. The sticker I sell my stickers for $3 a piece. Postcards I sell for $4. And then these little mini paintings are $12. I just have a couple of these. They're little paintings on some handmade paper that I did. Pretty simple stuff. I just started getting into oil pastels. Those are super fun, super easy, simple little tulip guys that you can frame. I did frame one. This is gonna be $25. I thought the frame was super cute. The little gold. The lighting in here is really bad. Okay, please excuse that. But that's gouache oil pastel. So that's $25. This is also $25. I don't know if it really feels finished, so I don't know if I'll stain this later. But this is a wood burning. I do some wood burning on occasion. Kind of cute, right? Painted it green. Got a little rim around there. $25. It's like a form of copyright as an artist. If you paint someone else's photo, it's like if you paint someone else's painting, kind of similar. So I use my own photos as references, and they're all photos that I've taken in Pella. So here's the first one. It's an acrylic painting of some tulips, close up. Is that better? This one took me about 7 hours to paint, and I got all the sides and everything. I originally was gonna price it around $110. I know the right audience won't question your price, but Am I at a level where this is okay to charge for $110? Maybe for this setting, $75 would be a little bit better, but is that cutting myself short? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that. I might keep it at 110. I don't know, but look at these other ones, okay? I don't have it with me. It's at my parents' house, so I'm gonna put a little picture here. This is one of the windmills in Pella, town square, and then with the tulips in front, and then you can see the storefronts in the back. And this is one of my first, I think it is my first oil painting that I've done. And then I also added a floating metal frame to make it more complete looking, so it looks a lot better. I wasn't a huge fan of it when I finished it. I'm like, I don't know if I really like it, but I think it's growing on me. And I'm gonna price this one around $275, I think is a good price. That's gonna be my big, hopefully reel people into my booth. So we'll see how that one goes. I feel like that's a reasonable price for it for my level right now, and for being an oil painting that large. Feels pretty good. Okay, next one. I feel like I'm talking a lot. When I finished this, I thought this was the best painting I'd ever done, ever accomplished. I was really proud of it. This is also oil painting. This is the 11 by 22 one. I don't think I'm gonna put a frame on it. I kind of like it just like this. Got the blurry background. This is oil paint. I don't know if I already said that, but I wasn't gonna sell this one because I really liked it. And like I said, it was probably one of the best ones I had painted. I mean, look at that detail. But now, the one I'm currently working on might be just my favorite. I still need to varnish this one, and I think $250 is around probably what I should charge for it, but I feel like it might be worth more than that. I don't know, like $315 maybe. I'm still working on it. It's not done yet. It's not done yet. But this one might. This one probably is the best painting I've ever done. I'm framing on my wall because just look at it. It's a 12 by 12 canvas oil painting. Haven't decided on the price yet because not done, and it's probably gonna be around $300 because look at this. That's a painting. I did that. Yeah. The white one, it's okay, but this and that. I've just been staring at it like all week. So that's all the stuff, all my Pella and tulip themed stuff I have for King's Day. I also have a bunch of my like nature Costa Rica inspired art, and then I'm gonna have a couple crochet things to add a little coziness to my booth. We are going to look at Instagram, and I'm going to show you some of my favorite artists from the visit today at Mainframes. First up, we have JJ Gaffer, I think is how you say that, Jesse. He was the guy who was glass blowing, and his studio was located in the basement, the lower level. Next up, we have Jess Quinn. I believe she has done murals in Des Moines, but I also just love her art because it's botanical stuff, kind of like what I'm into. This dahlia painting. Dahlias, first of all, are my favorite flower, and so the dahlia paintings that she had were amazing. Next up, we have Dino Cat Studio. This is Hannah Gebhardt's studio, and she was the one that was showing me her lino cut print process there. She was super sweet, super nice. I love her art so much. Just look at the detail on that. Oh, it's just amazing. And if you aren't able to go to Mainframes or the studio, this was another one of my favorites. She also was telling me that she got a spot at the Des Moines Art Festival. She got a booth there, so you can check out her booth there if you're in town for that. I think that's in July. Next, we have Blue Locker Studios, Mandy. I didn't get to see much of her art because she wasn't there, but I was really attracted to her business card, and I thought her art looked a little fun, and I was right. I love this like cartoony animated style. Super cute if you're into that. Oh, look at the little wiener dog. I have Claire Sedovic. I feel like I resonated with her art the most. She does children's book illustrations, and I feel like our art styles are kind of similar as far as like animal children's book illustrations go. She wasn't there either, bummer, but she has this like display outside of her studio here, and these books, I pointed out, they were so cute and whimsical, especially this one. I loved that one. Just a little side note, I will say I tried my best to get all the artist names in the video of the work that I showed, and if I didn't, I super apologize, but some of them weren't clearly labeled whose was who because they kind of like meshed on the wall, especially outside the studios, meshed with other artists along there, and so that was a little tricky, but I tried my best, and if there's something that you really like and you want to know the artist, I can definitely find out for you. I did also want to show you some of Igor's work. I showed a glimpse of his studio, but I really liked his style. It was really unique, and it just, I don't know, it stood out, and I really liked it, especially like these like landscape ones. He was telling me about how he'll have a student kind of mimic his style, which is really cool. Like, look at that. It's just the texture, and I love it. It was so cool. I probably would have bought one of his if I had the funds to do so. Really a cool place to have here in Des Moines in Iowa, because I feel like Iowa isn't a huge art hub, especially for modern art, and so it's just kind of nice to have this modern community with local artists. I hope you had a lovely time with me looking at art and looking at my art. Be sure, if you're in Des Moines looking for something to do, especially if you like art, check out Mainframes, or there's a bunch of other places that you can go check out art. And if it's a lovely day like today, make sure you get outside.